Hello. In this video, we're going to discuss surface area. In and around our homes, there are many projects that we complete where knowing about surface area comes in handy. In the first example we're going to discuss in this video, we're going to talk about the number of square feet it takes to cover the walls in a particular room. Then we're going to discuss how to figure out the number of square inches of wrapping paper it takes to cover a box. So without any further ado, we'll go on to the first example. Thank you. Hello. In this first example, we're talking about the family room. And if you notice, the dimensions of the large wall are 9 feet by 25 feet, and the dimensions for the small wall are 9 feet times 13 feet. Because the area formula for these rectangular walls is A equals L times W, all we do is multiply 25 feet by 9 feet and come up with 225 square feet for the first wall, and for the smaller wall we take 13 times 9 and come up with a total of 117 square feet. To find the total area of those two walls, we add 225 to 117 and come up with a total of 342 square feet. And the final step, we take a look and we have to double this 342 because we have obviously 4 walls in the room. And when we multiply 342 by 2, we come up with a total of 684 square feet. So when we go to purchase our paint, we're going to want to buy enough paint to cover approximately 700 square feet. Thank you. Hi. In the second example, we would like to discuss and calculate how many square inches of wrapping paper it would take to cover this gift box. Now, looking up here at the board, we can see that the top and bottom sides of the box have the dimensions of 14 inches by 10.5 inches, and that the front and back of that box have the dimensions of 14 inches by 8.5 inches, and finally the right and left side of that box have sides that are 10.5 by 8.5 inches. Again, we'll use the area formula for these rectangles. Notice when we multiply 14 by 10.5, we get 147. When we multiply 14 by 8.5, we come up with 119. And finally, when we multiply 10.5 by 8.5, we come up with 89.25 inches. Adding all three of those faces up, or those sides, we come up with 355.25 square inches. So to get the final total for the entire surface area of the box, we have to double those three faces, and we multiply this number by 2. And as you can see, we come up with 710.5 square inches. So when we purchase our wrapping paper, we want to make sure that we have enough in excess of 700 square inches to cover that box. Thank you. Hello. In the final part of our lesson, I would like you to do 2 practice examples to see if you understand how to calculate the surface area of a 3-dimensional object. In this third example, we're going to have you calculate the number of square feet of paint it will take to cover the walls of this bedroom. You have a bedroom that has 2 large walls that are both 9 feet by 14 feet, and 2 smaller walls that are both 9 feet by 13 feet. In this last example, I'll have you calculate the amount of wrapping paper it would take to cover this shoebox. And you'll notice that the top of the shoebox and the bottom are 13 inches by 8 inches. The front and back of the box are 14 inches by 8.5 inches. And the right and left side of the box are both 10.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Now take the time to calculate the surface area of these two examples. I'll pause the tape and let you see the answers in just a minute. Thanks. Hello. If you calculated the first example correctly, you should have found that the bedroom, the walls had a total of 486 square feet of coverage that the paint would need. And in the second example, with the number of square inches of wrapping paper you would need, the answer is 624.5 inches. Thank you. I hope this tape helped you understand surface area. And if you have any questions, make sure you take time to ask. Thank you.